It's on.
Okay, do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
No.
Yes.
Uvuze no kandi utanyumvishije gute?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let's continue. Nari maze kuvuga kuri negative feedback. Sibyo?
Nawe twayumvise neza.
Negative feedback ntago mwayumvise neza. Then reka nyisubiremo. To understand about negative feedback, I gave you an example of pituitary gland. So the pituitary gland will act on thyroid gland to release thyroid stimulating hormone. Once thyroid stimulating hormone is released, once thyroid stimulating hormone is released, it will activate the secretion of T3 and T4. These two hormones are essential in our life for maintaining the blood temperature, the body temperature, the metabolism, and the weight balance. So once this hormone T3 and T4 are released at X to the thyroid and again inhibit the secretion of thyroid stimulating hormone. So which is the negative feedback, of course. Right? Then you get something or no?
Yeah, but you are not seeing the slide you were explaining.
I'm just, you are not seeing the slides?
We are seeing the one of feedback regulation.
Yeah, I'm just trying to explain, then I will show you the slide.
Lecture kibazo. Negative feedback. Kanze nkubwire uko ndi kuyumva ngiye niba ndi kuyumva nabi cyangwa ndi kuyumva neza.
Yego.
Ni ukuvuga uko ubumenyi nari mfite niba ari bukeye nari nzi ko negative feedback urugero wenda habayeho temperature nkeya mu mubiri. Basho urugero wambwiye pituitary gland zati producing TSH. Igende itume habaho kuri thyroid gland itume habaho release of T3 and T4.
Yes.
Then T3 and T4 izatuma habaho kwiyongera kwa temperature. Already numvaga iyo ngiyo ari negative feedback. Ukuntu rero ikwita igaruka ikahita yinhibitinga TSH niko tutari kugira.
Actually, that is the law of the T3 and T4, how they will be activated and how they will regulate the temperature. That's the law. But if you want to explain about the negative feedback, it's how one after being released or after being released, imaze kuba nyinshi T3 and T4 ntabwo bigarukiraho. Iragenda nanone igasubira kuri thyroid ikainhibitinga the secretion of thyroid stimulating hormone.
Okay.
Yeah. Sinzi niba ubyumva reka nkwereke kuri indi slide urabibona neza.
Yeah.
No, this slide is not also explaining more. So you see here is the hypothalamus. It will act directly on anterior pituitary gland to release thyroid stimulating hormone. And this thyroid stimulating hormone, TSH, will go to the thyroid gland. And it will cause the release of T3 and T4. This T3 and T4 concentration in the blood, the normal T3 and T4 concentration in the blood, it will regulate the temperature, of course. The decrease TS3 and T4 concentration in the blood, it will lower the temperature. Yes?
Yego.
Yego.
And then let's show you something also.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Why Soma?
Which one?
Pick up.
No.
Yes.
Isoma ntihagire uyisoma twumve.
Negative feedback.
Hapana iyo ngiyo. Ashireho iyindi. Hapana iyo. Iyi ngiyi.
Yes.
Wayibonye.
24 enters.
And then the information, the impulse from that cervix will be transmitted to the brain. So that there is something pushing the cervix. And once the brain is informed that something is pushing the cervix, it will immediately stimulate the pituitary gland to secrete oxytocin. And as you know, oxytocin is the hormone that induces the contraction. So this oxytocin will be carried through the bloodstream to reach the uterus, and it will start to stimulate the contraction. That's the positive feedback. So there is no any other inhibition of the oxytocin or of yes. Positive feedback yo yoroshye ni bisanzwe ni mechanism d'action ya hormone isanzwe on how impulse izagenda ikajya kuri nerve impulse izagenda ikajya kuri brain, and then the brain will give the stimulus, will stimulate the gland, and that gland will release the hormone to go to act on the target cells cyangwa se target location. Is that okay?
Okay.
Good.
Yes.
So this is part 1 of today's class, and then let's see the part 2. This was a of the gland or physiology, mainly the physiology. So what is endocrine system? You know, or control be harmful to our body. Controlling production of hormone can treat many hormonal disorder of the body. So hormone nyinshi cyangwa nke bishobora guteza ikibazo kuri body yacu, si byo se? Ariko nanone gucontrollinga hormone ishobora gutuma dukontorora indwara nyinshi. Are you seeing the slides?
Yes.
So we have different glands like the pituitary gland. There is anterior pituitary gland and posterior pituitary gland. So there are some hormone of anterior pituitary gland and other hormone of posterior pituitary gland. For example, antidiuretic hormone in kidney, oxytocin, kuri breast cyangwa se kuri uterus. There is the follicular stimulating hormone cyangwa luteinizing hormone on ovary. Thyroid stimulating hormone kuri there is like that. So we go and we see one by one. So endocrine system and nervous system work together. Secretory anterior pituitary gland. So pituitary gland is secreting a hormone zitandukanye. For example, a growth hormone. So this growth hormone is a hormone essential for the growth of development of the bone, muscles, and the other organs. It also enhances protein synthesis. So the decrease of this hormone use glucose and promote fat destruction. So this hormone, this growth hormone, new hormone, of course, kuri muscles, kuri bone, and also to the fats by the promotion of fat destruction. Iyi hormone ibaye nkeya tuzabibona ishobora guteza indwara nka nanisme, like urabona nk'uyu mugabo nangiye kumwita umwana, uyu ni ukubura growth hormone ntago zihagije. Urabona na kino kigabo, this one afite gigantism. Yeah, you know gigantism. So tuzagire ati tuziga noneho ku ndwara, sibyo? Condition associated with the hormone. Nibwo tuziga ibyo bya Cushing disease za gigantism. So example test is growth of the mammary gland and the milk production during pregnancy. So this you can see here. This is the two images indicating the non. This is a skin hormone which regulates the skin's pigmentation and promotes the deposit of melanin in skin after exposure to the sunlight. That was anterior gland. And then there is posterior pituitary. So the posterior pituitary gland, first one is the antidiuretic hormone. The antidiuretic hormone stimulates and absorption of the water by renal tubules. Absorption of this hormone muzahura n'ibyo bintu umuntu akubwira ati ngiye maze kubyara ati nganywa mitsingi yanjye cya primus simbabare akakumva ni ibintu biri ari proud yabyo. Actually, she ended up by having, akagira belly nini. impamvu agira inda nini umuntu ukora ibyo. Alcohol inhibitinga the release of oxytocin. Nayo kuko inhibitinga ko alcohol ifite effect nini kuri pituitary gland. Especially posterior pituitary gland. Uzasanga ibintu byinshi byakoze kuri pituitary gland. Alcohol, abantu banywa alcohol, hormone equilibre y'amahormone yabo ibigoye cyane. Hari n'izindi zita za fimorate zikonjega amaparacetamol. So alcohol iragenda igakora kuri pituitary gland, inhibiting the secretion of oxytocin. Noneho umaze kubyara ukinywera alcohol, oxytocin ntabwo izaba released, which means uterus will not be contracted. Izaguma mu mwanya wayo. Noneho wowe ubinywa ujye wumva ko ntubabara kubera yuko imaze kubyara nyine ukanywa inzoga ntabwo babara. Ariko ukiyogirwa yuko uterus ntabwo izasubira mu mwanya wayo ngo yongere ibe ntoya. Izaguma ari nini. That's why abo bagore bamara kubyara bakagumya binywera inzoga abenshi uzasanga n'ubundi bafite inda nini kubera uterus yabo ntabwo igeze yi contract. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. So and then there are other glands like melatonin communicate information about the environment, lighting to various parts of the body. Has some effect on this. Yes?
Google bavuga yuko those hormones ADH and oxytocin were produced by hypothalamus, then it got transmitted to posterior pituitary gland that was stored.
I think this hypothalamus is just to give the message to stimulate. The hypothalamus, the role in hormone production, it's not to produce hormone. It's just as a stimulation.
Yeah.
So the alcohol will act on the hypothalamus and then stimulate.
Question Rector. Ubwo tugendeye ku rugero ruduhaye n'abagabo bafite inda nini ubwo byagenze gute bihuze n'inzoga.
Abagabo bafite inda nini nuko umugabo biratandukanye.
Banywa inzoga.
Abariye babanywa inzoga bakarenzaho na za urusheti. And then urabizi ko ku mugabo ubundi energy itari bukoreshwe. Uzi ko inzoga icupa riba rifite calories.
Yego.
One small bottle of mutsik, it has 42 kilocalories.
Yeah.
Unyweye 8 ubwo unyweye akayabo. Sibyo?
300 na.
And then you ugashyiraho za brochette n'amafiriti. Urabizi yuko izo energy iyo zidakoreshejwe as glucose tuzi ko ari source of energy by glucolysis. Bakeka mwarabyize nabivuzeho na Evelyn yarabigishije the glucolysis. Simwibuka se?
Yego.
Iyo glucose idakoreshejwe iba stored as glucogen. Naho mbivugaho in liver.
Yego.
Ariko n'igihe na glucogen iba nyinshi nabwo abayate siko no yabaye nyinshi biragenda gute. And then that energy will be stored as triglyceride. As lipid. Yes, fat, triglyceride. Rero ku bagabo bikunja triglyceride bavuga ko mainly iza kunda no mu irugo. Namusaba umuntu afite inda akagira n'ipfupfu.
Kandi birajyana.
Right?
Yes.
Aha, ku bagore rero bigenda mabuno na yose.
Question. Nese teacher ibintu bajya bavuga ngo iyo umuntu yanyweye inzoga nyinshi akabyuka kuri afite hangover ngo ukanywa nk'irindi cupa rimwe mu gitondo ritabikira. Ni gute nyine indi nzoga yavura hangover?
Okay, tukomeze numva yabuze. So, batuje kuri melatonin. Melatonin communicate information about environment lighting to various parts of the body. has some effect on sleep-wake cycle and biological effect connected to them, such as lower production of gastric secretion during night. Actually, melatonin ni hormone iba released igihe hari light yabaye nkeya. When the light is not enough and when there is no in dark, the melatonin will be released. And once melatonin is released, it will act on gastric secretion at night, so to lower the gastric secretion. That's why in the night abantu uzabona nijoro abantu basinzira ariko kumanywa ntibasinzire. Sibyo se? Ko kumanywa kuba hari urumuri ntabwo melatonin izaba released. Ariko in the dark melatonin ihita released ari nyinshi igatuma umuntu asinzira. Ubu niba hari abantu bahora basinziriye ku manywa nabo ubwo bafite melatonin
ahubwo
nyinshi.
kuki lecture kuki ni ku manywa aribwo ibitotsi bikorosha nimugoroba?
Hariho biba byinshi.
ni kuri Paul gusa.
Ibitotsi abantu ko tuzi ko baryama nijoro ubwo abantu bagiye ibitotsi ku manywa ubwo bafite ibindi bintu baraye bakora.
Ni exception ye gusa kabisa.
Okay. Yeah. So there are other also which are serotonin, a transmitter that regulates intestinal movement and affect appetite. So the serotonin also it affects appetite, mood, sleep, hunger, and the metabolism. So there are also secretion thyroid gland. Thyroid gland play a vital role in metabolism of regulate the body's metabolic process. So increase blood calcium. For example, there is also calcitonin, influence bone the calcium metabolism, maintaining homeostasis on calcium blood pressure. Iyi ni calcitonin nayo ituma habaho maintaining of calcium. So there is also T3 and T4. Twayibonye ikikora bavuzeho cyane. There is also two pairs of parathyroid gland located in the dorsal that secrete parathyroid, which play important metabolism of phosphorus, and the too little results in too much results in osteoporosis and kidney stones. We have isletrangelas. So these isletrangelas are small clusters of cells located in the pancreas. So in the pancreas, you can see here. So these isletrangelas are the one to release beta cells. So alpha cells facilitate the
We are not hearing.
here are insulin and glucagon. So alpha cells facilitate the breakdown of glucogen to glucose. This elevated the blood sugar. So the glucagon, the role is just to break down the glucogen. I told you what is glucogen. Once the glucogen is broken down, and then it will end up by releasing the glucose level, the sugar,
Yes.
blood sugar.
Yes.
So, but this On the other hand, it may be suppressed, or it will be suppressed by the insulin, which are secreted by the beta cells. So adrenal gland, this is the anatomy of adrenal gland. So it is triangular shaped and located on the top of each kidney.
Yes.
So the role of this adrenal gland is to the synthesis of cortisol.
Cortisol. Yeah.
So the cortisol regulate the protein synthesis, the fats metabolism, and the carbohydrate metabolism. These anti-inflammatory effects and helping the body during the time of stress. So if you have stress, if you are under stress, then the glucagon will be, the cortisol will be released. So for the people with trauma, for example, if people have, so for the people living with stress, like post-traumatic stress disorder and other traumas, if you measure their level of cortisol, you will find that the cortisol level is very high because of the stress.
Yeah.
Hyposecretion of the cortisol is Addison disease, and the disease related to hypersecretion are, for example, Cushing disease. And I told you the next topic will be about the hormone condition related to the hormones. So for today, we are only talking about the physiology of the hormone. So next time we will talk about the condition related to the hormone. That's why now I'm not going to go into details about these Cushing diseases or Addison diseases. Okay. And then the adrenal gland. So it is a chance. This adrenal cortex, it also participates in production of aldosterone, essential in regulating of electrolyte and water balance by promoting sodium chloride retention, potassium excretion. So there is also the dopamine used to treat shock, delayed artery. For how this dopamine will delay the arteries, elevate systolic blood pressure. So once the arteries are dilated, and then the systolic blood pressure, it means that the cardiac output will be increased, and this also may result in the increase of urinary output. So this figure that you are seeing here is illustrating how this dopamine is used during shock, so as first aid. So the epinephrine, adrenaline. So it's elevated systolic blood pressure, increased heart rate, and the cardiac output, speed release of glucogen from the liver, giving. So I think you know about this epinephrine or adrenaline. You know how when it's elevated, like epinephrine or neuroepinephrine, especially neuroepinephrine. So neuroepinephrine is also like epinephrine, but it is when the body is under stress. So as you have seen, the stress is, as I told you, the strain is the key of hormone regulation. So stress may destabilize our hormone regulation. For example, even here in epinephrine, so if people are under stress, the epinephrine or neuroepinephrine will be released at a higher quantity. For example, in the case of fighting, of course, or the use of the drugs. So the ovaries produce several estrogen hormone and the progesterone. This hormone is prepared during the teenage pregnancies, promote development of mammary gland, legs in the sex drive. I think you know about this. There are a lot of estrogen and the progesterone. Abakobwa mutangiye gukura, and for those who are pregnant. For male, testes will produce testosterone, which is male hormone participates in male development of male sex hormone, of male sex parts, of sex part of the male. So this testosterone. Yeah, it is also responsible for the erection of the penis. So this. Okay. So the placenta also, I told you that there are some organs that play important role in hormone secretion. I told you about the liver, the intestine, and then here we have a placenta. The placenta also it serves as endocrine gland. It produces chorionic gonadotrophin hormone, estrogen, and progesterone. So this also intestine, as I told you, that it may play a role in synthesis of hormone as other organ like liver. So the mucosa of the duodenum will secrete hormone secreting, which stimulate the pancreatic juice, bile, and the intestinal secretion. So the thymus. Yes, the thymus also gland has a lobe and part of lymphatic state. They secrete that. This one is ductless gland. It secretes thymosin. This thymosin is essential for production of T cells for immune system. You know, T lymphocytes. Okay. This is what we have to cover today. So next time, we'll be looking on the condition associated with the hormone. So we go into details about those diseases like gigantism, nanism, Cushing disease, trophism disease, like that. And then the next one will be the enzymology. And then after enzymology, we will see if you can sit for the card. Do you need an assignment?
Yeah.
So you need me to give you marks for free. Yes. Last time you worked hard and you produced something. So your assignment in biochemistry was good.
Yes.
So I want you to do the same.
Yeah.
Okay, I will try to find something for you for the assignment, and I will talk to Sepe. If he, Sepe, could you come next week in my office so that we can plan for the assignment?
Sepe will come.
Is Sepe there?
turamubwira.
Okay, mumubwire azaze turebe icyo mwazakora kuri assignment.
Yego.
Okay, good.
Yego tuzaza.
Sawa rero ubwo naho utaha.
Thank you lecture.
Aho turi kuri lecture. Zaza Sepe rwose muri office tuvugane.